Hey, you won't believe what I've been up to today. You know how we were talking about bridging the gap between artists in the city? Well, I found a way, pal. I organized an art walk today. Yeah, you heard it right, art walk. It was like a picnic, but with art. We had Daniel, David, Claire, Oliver, and even Margaret and James, the local artists, tagging along. We roamed around the city, our wandering group of misfit artists, soaking in the creativity plastered on every nook and corner. It was a literal walk through the annals of expression. You'd have loved the energy, man. David was in his absolute element. Bursting with energy, he practically took over from me and led half the event. Yeah, that's our David, always enthusiastic about abstract street art. I swear, dude, at times I couldn't tell if it was the fascination for art or David's infectious enthusiasm that was keeping the group vibrant. We were all wallowing in this euphoria of artistic exploration together. And Oliver, man, he still got the bug for digital art. Our tech-savvy buddy even suggested that street art needs its own virtual reality tour. Imagine that? VR goggles on while walking down the streets of New York. But you know the funny bit? It wasn't an outright laughable idea. It actually sparked something inside us. Not a small spark, a back-to-the-drawing-board kind of spark, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Nina also heard about the art walk. Said she wanted to tag along next time. And why not? The more, the merrier, right? Side note, I watched Palette Shift recently. It's about a color-blind artist. Really moved me, man. So insightful. You've got to check it out this weekend yourself. All right, buddy. I got some leftover pizza calling my name and some new ideas to sketch down. There's something incredibly satisfying about dragging a pencil across paper after an enlightening day out. We'll fill you in tomorrow about how that goes. Stay cool, my friend. You know what? I had such a vivid vision last night about creating a virtual art gallery. Yeah, like complete with a welcome arch and paintings suspended in air. Just imagine a folks just peering into their screens on one side of the world, admiring the art created by someone halfway across the globe. It's a mind-bending feeling when you begin to realize the dimensions it can take. Now, remember our conversation about symmetry the other day? Well, I had a random chat with Nina about it. She just pops out with, "Why are we drawn to symmetry, Andy?" Out of nowhere. Reminded me how you two think alike sometimes. So I told her, maybe our brains find order in symmetry because it's soothing. It's funny how our brains resonate with patterns, right? Speaking of order and chaos, we wound up talking about abstract art. Nina and I both feel that abstract art lets us see chaos differently. A different perspective, a different order, yet stories untold. And then came the mention of the Met's new exhibit. Apparently it's filled with contemporary and innovative concepts. So, there you have my tomorrow planned. Can't wait to be blown away by the surrealism they've got. And then Nina, being Nina, was back with her Go Vegan adventure. She asked me if I had tried NYC's best falafel at Mamoun's. Gets me every time how she's always sneaking in vegan food suggestions. So guess my food plans are sorted too. Told Nina I'd give Mamoun's a try. The vegan doorway, as she calls it. Talking about doorways, did I tell you about my thought of sketching a virtual art gallery? It's definitely a challenge, creating that 3D feel on a flat piece of paper. Nina seemed quite fascinated by the idea, though. Blessed are the friends who believe in your crazy visions, right? And I got another song recommendation from Nina, Art for Art's Sake by 10cc, old school, she says. Looks like I'm going to have quite the musical evening with my sketchpad today. Looking forward to it. You know, pal, I took a slight detour today from my usual painting routine. Stepped right into the world of wildlife photography during my hikes. Yeah, it's kind of like blending my love for fine arts with my active lifestyle. Picture this, trudging down hilly terrain, breathing in the fresh forest air, and having my eyes play witness to scenes straight from a divine canvas. Doesn't sound too shabby, does it? Now, I'm no Ansel Adams, not yet at least, but I've managed to capture a couple of interesting shots. Creatures I've encountered, Landscapes that have held me captive. You know the drill. The unpredictable, the asymmetry, the silent harmony in nature's chaos. It's all oddly satisfying. Makes you see things from a whole new perspective, I tell you. Oh, and guess what? Your favorite Nina popped up with the idea of featuring these shots in a future exhibition. Yeah, bring a piece of the wild into the concrete jungle. Aren't we all just nature's children lost in modern marvels? Part of me thinks it's a fantastic idea. Lots of possibilities, right? Speaking of Nina, she's been on a roll today, buddy. Started with photographical discourse, moved to music, and somehow landed on food. Apparently, we have a new challenger for vegan nirvana, Mamoun's Falafel. Nina's got her vegan campaign running in full swing. Persistence pays off, doesn't it? So, guess it's falafels tonight. And let's not forget her constant quest for indie music. She keeps me on my toes, though. Found this refreshing band, Pierce the Veil. Their composition, it's a fresh warning gust before the musical storm, you know? Out on my hike tomorrow, fresh air, good music, the smell of nature, and my camera. Doesn't get much better, am I right? Wow, look at that. We're venturing into wildlife, trying out new food, and exploring fresh tunes all in the space of a day. Not your regular day at the painting easel, huh? Well, when life mixes up the colors on your palette, you just gotta paint with them, don't you think? Anyway, don't want to take up too much of your time. This artist needs his green tea fix to wind down. Got a few new shots to go through, and maybe some new musical notes to pluck on my bass.